Starting to the top right, after defeating Roro in the second round of the Challenger League, we have
CJN2's Hydra.
And just doing the same thing time and time again in that matchup. See if he changes things up a bit today.
He's up against the fellow Zerg player. To the bottom left of the map, we have in his first game in the Challenger League here in the third round.
LGIM Kangho.
Used to be known as Lucira, decided to use his first name instead. A common ID, in fact, for Korean pro gamers.
And the game here should be quite interesting. In case that you missed the second round of the Challenger League, what Hydra did to Roro was quite impressive. On paper, Hydra is not looking too impressive. Even with the victory over Roro, he only has a 48 win percentage in the Zerg Mirror matchup. And Roro himself already had quite a decent record going up against fellow Zergs. So on paper, Hydra looked pretty weak going up against Roro. But he relied on the same strategy in every single game. He made some small variations after he wasn't successful in game number 2, and he was able to clench out exact timings to kill Roro. Now he's going up against a Zerg player that had the chance to analyze those videos and have a closer look at what exactly Hydra is doing here. So it should be a quite interesting series. First of all, we're going to see if Hydra is going to rely on the same strategy again, and then we are going to find out if Kangho has the answer.
Yeah. Right now, Hydra's playing it so much safer than Kangho, which gives Kangho a lead here. I guess you could say luckily for Hydra, Kangho didn't go gas before pool, or he would have been super ahead. So it was just a late pool timing there from Hydra into a hatchery. So when you have the faster pool, you do get your queen out a little bit faster, which does give you that first inject a little bit faster. But when it comes to the actual larva production at both hatcheries, it does put you a little bit behind.
Kangho himself actually has a 61% win ratio in Zerg vs Zerg, 13 maps won and only 8 lost, so pretty decent record going up against Zergs. His recent accomplishments were victories in best of 3s against True and Songdery, that was actually in the Premier League. And if he wins this game, if he wins the best of 3 here, then he's going up into the Premier League again. With him dropping out in the second round, he's of course going straight into the third round here and has only to win a single game in the Challenger League to go back to the Premier League. But Hydra, he has other plans, and he's currently already scouting what exactly is going on. The same is of course true for Kangho, both of them with the Overlord now at the other side of the map here under Addict Watcher, finding out about the timing for the hatch. And that is the first time where Hydra actually sees that there's a different timing for Kangho's own hatchery.
Yeah. And he actually comes in here, tries to snipe a drone. And oh my god, wow, he almost had to use the extractor there, but didn't even have to. Great control by both players. Hydra saves his ling. We'll come in here and see the late gas timing, so we can at least be happy about that.
Yeah, the funny thing is that we've been talking about Kangho's APM a little bit, but it was actually Hydra who at times just jumped up to 4 and even 500 during that small encounter that we had there. But definitely a good unit control by Kangho, saving his drone and not even going for the extractor trick to save it in the situation. So very nice moves. But so far for Hydra, we have the double gas now going up. And what Hydra did against Roro were timings with roaches. He was going for roach timings, and it's very likely that we will see at least in one of those games exactly this again. And this is one of the maps where he was able to just execute that quite successfully against his opponent. And Kangho is already throwing down the Spinecrawler.
Yeah. You know, he actually took his gas right away in front of Hydra's drone, then canceled. And now he has 2 gas going up a little bit later. And cancels the Spinecrawler too after getting in the main base, getting a good idea of what was going on. He is going to have the later speed, but does go up to 4 queens. And interestingly, cancels the Spine. Wow, goes into even a fast third gas here at 6 minutes. So going to have the better gas income, and Hydra takes a fast third base. So it looks like he's kind of changing his style up 100% here. Yeah,
he changed it up a lot. What he did in the last game when he played against Roro is take the third base as soon as he moved out with those roaches. And that was the beauty about his push. He had a 2-base timing really mapped out quite successfully, and that usually hit with a 1-1. And as soon as he moved out with the roaches, he immediately started to take his third base and headed into +2/+2. So a very well mapped out timing that he used, but he always had a follow-up. It wasn't an all-in that he played there, but in this game he takes the third base much faster. So you can already see that he's starting to change things up, but he still wants to be the aggressor in the game. He's going for speed, and he's actually like adding 20 Zerglings right now, trying to poke a little bit and test Kangho's defense.
Yeah, just gonna poke up here at the front, and Kangho, honestly, with that Spinecrawler cancel, and with no Baneling Nest here, could lose a few drones because he doesn't have any roaches. His roach run is only halfway done. And when it finishes, the Lings are pretty much already going to be there. He's getting double upgrades, but he might lose his evolution chambers. They're pretty exposed here.
Yeah, one of the reasons also why Kangho is able to get these upgrades so fast is that he skipped the speed for the Zerglings. He has the double queen at the front and he has a full wall there. The Spinecrawler is going to help him if it's going to be there in time. And if Hydra actually doesn't do anything with this, at least he needs to take down the third base, full wall of all things. So that's really good. But still, that evolution chamber is not going to last very long, and the Spinecrawler is not done just yet.
Nope. And with 2 transfuses here, he will be able to keep these queens alive. But the Lings go right for the third base force that. Cancels. Spinecrawler finishes here. He's only got so many transfuses left. The drone's actually coming up the line here. And with the roaches coming out, it looks like he should hold. But how many drones will he lose? Another transfuse goes down. The second one on the queens.
Amazing moves here actually by Kangho. I really like it. He goes for the drone drill and starts attacking. And as soon as the first drones are starting to die, he immediately goes for the whole position instead. He distracted the Zerglings for quite some time. The Lings don't attack the drones anymore. Go straight for the queens. The roach is already there. So in total, Kangho only loses 3 harvesters to this. This was so well done. He did everything that he had to, loses the third base in the process, had to cancel it, but he still has the lead in the harvester count. He has the double upgrades already on the way, nearly completed. Really nice move there by Kangho. And Hydra's aggression gives him the mic control, but he did not really get the kills that he wanted there.
Yeah, definitely not. Forcing the cancel on the third base is something he knew he could accomplish basically no matter what. But he does not actually punish Kangho for skipping speed, skipping the Baneling Nest, skipping the Spinecrawler until the last second, and the upgrades. The upgrades are really starting to get ahead here. On the other hand, we have a very fast second evolution chamber for Hydra to follow things up with the +2 that he's already researching, and he has that third base. Doesn't have gases there yet, but he's getting a lot of extra income from that, a lot of extra larva as well.
Now the problem for him really being that Kangho also doesn't miss on the +2 attack upgrade. He could also head into the second armor upgrade, but with what he currently has, he definitely has a couple of options. And you know, with the amount of overseers in the game, yes, he could just use them positionally on the map, but he could also go for contaminates and really make sure that there is not a lot of lava available and therefore production for Hydra. I would really love to see that.
I wonder if he's also going to try to contaminate the evolution chambers, you know, rather than the hatchery. He spots them now. I mean, he could do both. He has so many overseers. He loses one a little bit carelessly. I mean, he made 4 and he has them spread out. It's kind of strange. I mean, he probably just doesn't have enough energy just yet to go in and do the contaminate.
Yeah, he does, but he definitely should use it later on. If you get this many overseers at that point in time, there's just no reason to not go for that. And at the same time, Hydra is also very eager to find out what Kangho is doing. His own overseer morphing at the bottom left. The Queen is immediately being attacked by a Queen. Kangho not missing out on that. And we have Hydra adding his own armor upgrade, whereas Kangho did not start +2 just yet. So if that continues, he's gonna lose his lead in the upgrades.
Yeah. There's the army value here much higher for Kangho. If you look at these two put together there. Having just the additional roaches that he's producing right now as well. Hydra scouts the timing of the third base here, clicks on the patch, knows how many minerals have in mine. Also sees no gases there. He's got his own 5th gas up right now, no 6th. Kangho a little bit down on harvesters here. And is actually not, he's kind of missing the second attack grid. There is exactly what I was talking about, right on those evolution chambers.
Goes for the evolution chambers and for the hatch, so he's trying to limit production and the upgrades for as long as he can and edging out a bit of a timing. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit weirded out that he doesn't get his own +2 armor upgrade a little bit faster. Because if he's really determined to hit a timing there, it would make a lot of sense for him.
Yeah,
but
I
as
completely
is,
agree.
He already buys himself a couple of seconds and makes sure that he is not on the receiving end from a timing attack with upgrades. So that helps him a lot. And he can always go in and do it again.
Yeah. Big group of roaches here. And, you know, he's going to have +2 a little bit faster, but I mean just a little bit. And actually that may be all he needs if he attacks right now. He's actually attacking with +2, but the concave, it's basically a surround here for Hydra.
I don't think that it really matters though. He has a massive attack upgrade lead. It's not only the attack upgrade, it's the armor upgrade as well. The concave on the other hand, as you already mentioned, much better for Hydra, and he's actually pushing him back. His upgrades hit during the fight. It was only the initial seconds where Kangho had that lead in upgrades, and when it vanished, the concave came in play for Hydra, and he forces him back.
Yeah, forces him back and goes for the chase, actually forcing Kangho to split his units into 2 groups. And they're both going to kind of walk away. And the funny thing is they both have dead even upgrades now, and there's the +2 for Kangho, a little bit late here.
With a bit of a faster attack, I don't think that a concave would have mattered at all. He was in a position where he was going up against a single attack upgrade with +2 attack and 1 armor, but he just was a little bit too late. The first shot, the first volley hit with those upgrades, but then the second one was already when both players were in the exact same amount. So a bit faster for Kango, like 10 seconds maybe, and he could have really capitalized on that lead in the game.
Yeah, you know, 10, 15 seconds makes all the difference. I mean, every single Roach volley that has the attack upgrade and the armor upgrade negated there would have done so much more damage. As it is, though, Hydra holds. He's still getting behind in upgrades because Kongo goes for +2 armor. On the other hand, he's switched his tech going into, you know, just, I don't want to say switched his tech, but he's bolstered it. He's added some Hydras into the back to do some extra damage.
Yeah, Hydra's going up against the Infestors pretty soon. Kongo with the Infestation Pit nearly done. Both of them still active on the map, and this additional set of Overseers that we saw a few seconds ago is heading in once more, so Kongo probably going for the production this time. But Hydra is kind of giving him a taste of his own medicine, also moving in with Overseers for the Contaminate, moving across the map, and of course with the Hydras in the mix now, he can suddenly take down all of these Overlords that we have on the map. Oh, Kongo is going to lose a lot of supply here, and he's going to lose a lot of vision.
Yeah, you know, he actually does not get the fourth hatchery that he just walked by. Let's go for a run by. Meanwhile, there's a big engagement here, and with all the Hydras at the back doing the extra damage, this is not looking good for Kongo. So many of his units are going for a counterattack to the right.
He doesn't have enough units. He has a set of units to the top right, and those will be able to do some damage, but the big question is, can he really stop this onslaught by Hydra, who's moving up that ramp now? The +2 attack upgrade is not going to finish in time to give him the edge here, and even the Infestors might not be there when he needs them. He's losing just way too much, and the small force at the top right is not doing enough counter damage.
Yeah, it's really not. I mean, it's going to do a ton, but it's taking too long. Hydra's doing the damage first. He's doing it faster here. And it just goes to show, even though he was really predictable in his previous ZVZ series, he knows how to change things up. He knows how to play a straight-up game. And he is taking Kongo apart bit by bit here. A few more roaches popping out, and that's it. GG.
GG in game.